Hey everybody, Lacey Karsten here, and I am here to talk about copyright and that module for 13. Um, so, what, after reviewing the copyright and fair use websites, which area surprised you the most as breaking copyright laws or not meeting the fair use criteria? I actually was more surprised that teachers are allowed to do so much um, with education. I think that a lot of times I've seen teachers completely just make copies and copies and copies and copies and copies of books, especially at the lower levels, when it's like maybe books they send home with kids or, um, but that's breaking copyright laws. It's very confusing. It's really, really confusing. In fact, even after going through all of these websites, I feel like I need to map the information that I have out to future to use in the future because it's really confusing. I think whatever your district's policy is on it, you should definitely know what you're doing because I know most teachers aren't really super strict with it, but it's important. Um, I kind of personally feel like the internet with the Creative Commons and stuff. We have a teacher, or I had been around a teacher that taught it as low as third grade. They started teaching Creative Commons license, and it's kind of confusing even as a college student, as an adult, understanding what is on the internet. I kind of feel like you should be able to use any kind of pictures on the internet because people put it on the internet and that's what the internet's for. But I mean, if you think about artists that want to share their work and don't want people stealing it and using it to make money, I totally understand that. So I was pretty surprised that the educators are allowed to kind of get around some copyright things because I took that copyright quiz, which is the third question. I'll just jump to that. And I failed it miserably because I took it before I read the information just kind of to see where I was at. And I failed it miserably because I just assumed a lot of things were copyrighted that weren't as an educator. I mean, or things we were allowed to do, but we weren't allowed to do, but were actually allowed to do. So I failed that, but it gave me a lot of good information. Um, so examples of the broken copyright laws and policies. I've had teachers copy multiple books and give them out. I used to think that I had a music teacher that would always copy music, but I guess that's okay as long as it's for like one performance or something like that. So, because I always wondered how that they got around that, but um, I know that they've used things off of the internet in their entirety. Um, so I know, and it was recorded by the teacher. So, and that sometimes is okay and that sometimes isn't okay. I'm still a little blurry on that, but I know the book thing was completely breaking the law. Um, and I think okay, is it a really big deal? I think that it is a really big deal, especially in today's day and age. There could be an entire class on this subject because it's so confusing and it kind of is scary having this much access to information but not really knowing as an educator what you can and cannot use. So it would actually be maybe a good idea for educators to take a complete class on it. But having said that, the information changes so rapidly. It seems like Creative Commons is relatively new. I love that Creative Commons has its own website and you can just search and be happy knowing that you're using the right licensures. That's amazing. But I really do feel like this could be an entire class that educators should take. So, but it was really good information and I'm glad that I got to learn it. Thanks.